Welcome to Men's Leadership God's Way. I'm your host, Don Wood. This is the place where men learn to lead with faith, clarity, and conviction. Together, we'll explore real stories and biblical principles to help you be a model of integrity in your career, family, and everyday life. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friend. Today, I want to talk about something that affects every area of your life, whether you realize it or not. Your health isn't separate from your leadership, and strength, in many cases, determines your clarity. The state of your physical condition isn't detached from your spiritual life, your emotional stability, or the ability to show up for the people who depend on you. Now, over the years, I've worked with men in leadership, business, ministry. They're raising families and they're trying to hold everything together while the pressure around them keeps increasing. And one thing becomes obvious when you spend enough time walking with these guys. Most of them know they should take better care of themselves, and yet very few of them understand why it truly matters. And until the why becomes clear, any plan that they have will never last. Now, before I became a coach where I was speaking to executives and teaching leadership principles, I spent years working as a personal trainer. And on a daily basis, I would watch the same pattern unfold with people in various circumstances. They'd come in motivated, wanting to lose weight, get stronger, feel better, or have more energy. And they would begin on a real solid basis and they would push hard for a few weeks. And then something would fall apart. And it wasn't because they were weak or they didn't care or lacked discipline. It happened because we had not reached the real reason why underneath the goal. And this is where I decided to develop a process with my clients called the 5 whys. And the 5 whys gets to the real reason. You know, in coaching, training, and life, I've learned the first answer someone gives you is almost never the real one. So if a man said to me, I want to get in shape, I'd ask why. And they might say, well, I want to lose weight. So I'd ask why again. He might say, well, I don't like how I look. So I'd ask why again. And they'd say, well, I don't feel confident anymore. I'd say, well, why? He says, well, I don't feel like myself. And then I'd ask why again. And eventually I would hear something like this. I just want to feel strong again so I can lead my family in the way I know I'm supposed to. Now we were getting to the heart of the matter because real change doesn't happen when the goal is simply about appearance. It happens when it connects to your identity, purpose, and responsibilities. And when a man understands that his health affects his clarity, patience, presence, decisions, and even his relationships, well, then nutrition and training stop feeling like chores. It becomes alignment for them. And this is why today I want to give you a blueprint for optimal health. This isn't a fad or a quick fix or some program you're going to follow for 30 days and ditch it. This is going to be something that you're going to be able to apply for the rest of your life. Now, when I'm working with clients, the first step is starting with a medical checkup because, before you're training hard to change anything and push your body in new ways, you need to know where you stand. And one of the most important things I tell men, especially guys over 40, is this: get a full checkup with your doctor before you start an intense training program. Know your numbers, such as your blood pressure, cholesterol, heart health, and hormone levels. Understand what your body is telling you before you demand more from it. This is wisdom in preparation. True strength is being informed as to where you're at with your current health status. And when you know your baseline, you're going to train with confidence instead of fear. And you won't be guessing. This alone removes stress that many men don't realize they're feeling. Now, the second step is building a nutrition program that supports your lifestyle. And I'm not talking about perfection here, only consistency. And through my years as a personal trainer, I saw that most people didn't fail because they didn't know what healthy food looked like. The plan failed because they didn't have a structure that fit their lifestyle. A solid nutrition program will do a few simple things. It will give your body enough protein to repair muscle and support strength, enough healthy fats to support hormones and brain function, and carbohydrates that fuel physical and mental activity without leaving you feeling drained. Your energy remains steady instead of sending you through all the highs and crashes all day long. And when your nutrition stabilizes, so does your mind. Decisions improve and your life becomes more in order. This isn't just a theory, it's reality. Food isn't only fuel for your body, it will shape how you think, respond, and lead others. Now, the third step is scheduling your training like it truly matters to you. One of the biggest mistakes men make is waiting until they feel motivated to train. Here's the thing about motivation, it's unreliable, but structure is dependable. And if you want optimal health, you need to arrange your training the same way you schedule meetings, appointments, and responsibilities. Now, for most men, 3 to 4 training sessions every week is a strong foundation, and consistency is the key to your success. Each week should include both cardiovascular and resistance training. Cardiovascular work strengthens your heart, it improves endurance, and it helps regulate stress. Resistance training builds muscle, protects joints, supports metabolism, and keeps your body capable as you age. And when these two things are combined, the result is fitness resilience. You feel different when your body is strong, your energy is stable, and you respond differently when your nervous system isn't overwhelmed. And this is where I want to talk about one of the most efficient tools I've ever used in training, kettlebells. During my years as a trainer, I worked with many different systems, machines, free weights, body weight training, endurance work, interval training, you name it. And yet, one of the most effective tools I've used with my clients is kettlebell training. Do you ever feel like you're leading on the outside but running empty on the inside? Hi, I'm Don Wood, founder of Men's Leadership God's Way. I work one-on-one with executives and leaders who are ready to trade burnout, confusion, and isolation for clarity, confidence, and peace. My coaching is designed to help you to lead with conviction without sacrificing your health, faith, or family. If you're ready to experience the transformation you've been searching for, visit mensleadershipgodsway.com and let's start your journey today. When I transitioned my whole client base over to kettlebells, within a month, every single one of them came to me and said, Don, I can't explain it, but I just feel better. And I think it's because kettlebells are unique because they combine strength, endurance, balance, and coordination all in one movement. And when you use them properly, you're not only working one muscle group, you're training your entire body as a system. Movements like swings and cleans and presses and squats demand focus and control and effort all at the same time. And here's the thing about kettlebells as well, they burn fat effectively and efficiently. They build functional strength, and your conditioning will improve without requiring hours in the gym. And for men in leadership, efficiency matters. So I know that these guys don't always have unlimited time. So I tell them you need training that gives you a strong return for the time you invest in it. And kettlebell training does that when it's done correctly. It will challenge your body, strengthen your core, improve your posture, and it teaches you how to generate power without losing control. And this combination translates directly into how you show up in life. You can Set up a system for yourself by contacting me or go to a YouTube channel called Lieb Stark, which is German for Live Strong. And what I'll do is I'll provide the link for you in the show notes. For cardiovascular and abdominal training, I recommend that you perform these exercises 3 to 4 times every week as well. And you can do things like going for a walk, jog, ride a bike. You could jump rope or do jumping jacks or use the treadmill at the gym. And the thing you can do is you can go to YouTube and search for abdominal workouts and follow along. And I like this because you never get bored doing a variety of training sessions. You could just switch to a different workout, and they're so easy to find on YouTube as well. And here's the thing that I want to get to about training that's so vital, and it's about recovery, because this is where the growth happens. It's one of the most overlooked and vital parts of a health and wellness training system. Many people believe that progress only comes from pushing harder, but growth happens during times of recovery. Muscle tissue repairs during rest, and hormones rebalance during sleep, and the nervous system resets when you give it the space to slow down. But if you're training your body hard every day without any recovery, your body's going to break down instead of building up. And this is why recovery days aren't optional. They're an essential part of a successful training program. Now, remember this: recovery includes sleep, stretching, light recreational activity, and even time away from the constant pressure that you're enduring on a weekly basis. And when recovery is built into your week, your strength will be built up faster, your mind becomes clearer, and your mood becomes more stable. And you begin to feel grounded instead of exhausted. And this changes everything for you. Now, I want to talk about how doing these things expands vitality in every area of your life. Because when you establish a solid rhythm of nutrition, training, sleep, and recovery, something happens to you that goes far beyond your body. Vitality starts to emanate out into every area of your life. You wake up with more energy. You think clearly under pressure. You have more patience with your family by responding instead of reacting. And you're present instead of distracted. And people are going to notice it, even if they can't explain it. They're going to just say, "You're different. You look different. And you just seem to be a different person." Your leadership will become steady. Conversations will become calm for you. Your decisions become sharp, and your confidence becomes subtle but yet strong. This is what I mean when I talk about vitality. It's not anything like, excitement, hype, or super intensity. It's when your body, mind, and spirit are working in harmony together. And when this happens, the influence you have on your family, community, and career, it's unbelievable. You won't be able to believe it. You no longer have to pretend to be strong because you are strong. And you don't have to fight through exhaustion when your energy is already steady. No longer have to search for clarity when your mind is clear. And this is why health matters more than most people realize. It's not about appearance. This is exceptional alignment in everything you do. Now, if you take anything from today, let it be this: optimal health doesn't come from one decision. It will happen through a blueprint. Know your numbers, work with your doctor, build a nutrition plan, train 3 or 4 times each week, use efficient tools like kettlebells, protect your recovery, and honor your sleep. And keep asking why until you reach the real reason you want to live this way. Because when wellness is part of your identity, the discipline will just become natural for you. And when your body becomes strong, your leadership becomes steady, and your presence becomes grounded. And your life will reflect the vitality you were created to live with. Thanks for being with me today. And remember that quality health is your wealth. Thank you for spending time with me today on Men's Leadership God's Way. I hope this episode gave you encouragement and practical tips you can use right away. And if you would, please take a quick moment to rate and review the show on Apple or Spotify. Your support helps more men discover how to lead with awareness, courage, and confidence. And if you're ready to take the next step in your leadership journey, you can learn more about my coaching services and resources at mensleadershipgodsway.com. Until next time, let God's wisdom be a guide in every decision you make in your life.